I'm Ivan Cloyd. I'm a journalist, but I've been a part of the Alliance of Concerned Men as a former gang member. My mother was a teen mom. My dad was killed when I was 1 due to gang violence or street violence. I was a part of violence because I was hurting inside. You want to feel validated. You want to feel love. You want to feel, I matter. Without this organization, I could say that I've told myself at 18 or 19 years old, probably over 100 times, that I would be dead before I was 21.
Alliance of Concerned Men is an organization that has been in the community for a long. They're probably one of the first, if not the second, organizations of men who stood in the gap to fight against violence.
When I met this brother right here, I actually wanted to run and go the other way. I didn't understand why he was doing the work he was doing. I really didn't care for the work he was doing, what he was doing. And this is a guy who convinced me to put my gun down, convinced another person on the other side who's shooting at me to put his gun down so we can stop shooting at each other and have a better community.
Tyrone C. Parker, Executive Director of the Alliance of Concerned Men. The Alliance of Concerned Men started basically, my son was killed over at Crystal Skating Ring. A stray bullet happened to hit him. 2 guys arguing, a stray bullet hits him, and it kills him. And that was the real spirit of us coming together. Because we began to look at, what was occurring within the district. It was massive killing, massive homicides. So we said that something's got to be done. And then after my son was killed, I reached out to a couple of my friends and we came together. We started going into the jails, talking to their fathers, attempting to build and bridge relationships with their children under the concept that a man's responsibility is not relinquished upon confinement, giving him a purpose and a reason where that child can see and feel and know that somebody loves him, especially his father. When we met Ivan, there was a beef going on. They had basically decided that it was enough balance, but they did not know the strategy. They did not have the plan. And we were known for being able to do youth gang interventions. So they came to us and they told us, said, we got the guys, they're ready to quit. Then what do?
We had guys on one side of the room, they had guns. We had guys on the other side of the room, they had guns. And it was a very intense moment where as though this is serious. And for the police to be in the room and to know that it's guns on both sides of the table and we all there, we showed that our presence, we wanted a solution. We just didn't know how to get there.
They already had the blueprint. All they needed was support. Just like what Ivan said, we got kids and people that's in these communities that want to quit, that want a direction. They just don't know how to get there. And this is why it's so important to have committed people that will say, I will be there. I will help to guide you. And they see it as a commitment.
Clayton is more the administrative guy, the guy who's really dealing with the heart issues. I'm the guy that's just bringing visibility on a national scale.
We have 2 initiatives that we're currently working on. One is a trauma response team in which we respond to shootings and stabbings in 20032 as first responders out of United Medical Center. So every time there's a shooting or stabbing, you'll see us with our red jackets, red hats, and we're on the scene. So the last instance, I actually responded to the shootings that happened over Memorial Weekend. Over 24 people shot. I responded to all of them. Certain things that I saw, like, bodies still on the ground. These are things that no one should be experiencing, but this is something that is needed. We have to be there for these people to give them hope.
And it's not a short sprint. It's a long journey at points in time. But we can turn this ocean line around. As you saw what Ivan was saying, his articulation was excellent. I mean, his ability to be able to dissect the situations pertaining to the district was remarkable. And just think, he came from the street corners, involved in a game that could have easily deteriorated his life. Had it not been for community-based organizations to be able to give him the second chance with the belief system within itself, now you hear him. That's the example.
I believe that with God first, all things is possible. And the thing about it is my faith is so intact that the image part, I don't even have to see it. I can walk on faith. And the value part is that I'm still here. And the fearful thing, I fear leaving here too soon because I got so much work to do.